Somebody took that popular Madonna song, they completely messed with John McCain's image, and even managed to take snippets of his speeches, which rhymed with the lyrics of this song. I mean, that's a serious piece of business. Warren, if you're running a campaign, how do you cope with that kind of loss of control over your brand, your image, your candidate, the whole thing?
Well, for starters, I don't think I'd show John McCain with his shirt off. I mean, it's just too disturbing image.
But seriously, folks.
You know, we had a bunch of young people working on our campaign who literally could turn around broadcast quality advertising within 30 minutes. So something would happen, we'd get some visuals, we'd get some music like that person did, and we turn it into a little ad that we would send out there that we hope people would talk about, people like you.
Yeah, Steve.
So it has an impact, but I mean, everybody's doing it now, right? So it's got to be super creative.
Steve and then Katie.
The tools to create this video are actually available to everyone. That particular technology with the face tracking, moving along with the video image, you can actually do that in Adobe Premiere and After Effects CS3, and they're available to anyone. And really, the tools of media creation are becoming, the threshold for that sort of thing is available to everyone.
Katie, then Greg.
I just wanted to say, and this is actually going back to something that Stephen said a while ago, and it is this idea that somehow bloggers and the internet are in competition with the, again, so-called dreaded mainstream media, and that one has to be destroyed for the other to continue to exist. I just think that's ridiculous. I'm sorry. I think that's absurd. I think that most journalists, look at the number of journalists who are on the campaign trail, who are blogging right now, who are sending in updates from the road, who are using the new technology. I mean, for heaven's sake, it is technology. It's very exciting. It's very thrilling, but it doesn't mean that somehow you have to be anointed person on the internet to be able to make use of it. I mean, anyone can, and that anyone does actually include regular journalists. And I think that they're doing it, and I think it's great to see. I think that we can exist in a lovely, complementary way.
Greg?
Oh, that was a great wrap-up. I don't know if I can follow that. I was actually going to go back to the Madonna video, because I think there's a danger in being too cheeky and being too slick. Because I guess on the one hand, it shows a certain flair. It shows, as Stephen was saying, a certain literacy with the tools. But on the other hand, I think voters want to hear about issues. They want to hear about what our candidates stand for. And I think if campaigns or surrogates of campaigns are just running kind of parodies, and I know Warren ran some of those, but they also ran other hard-hitting ads as well. So if you're just focusing too much on the slick, playful mashups, as these are called, then I think the political aspect of it starts to dissipate.
Andrew, besides the fact that that was an extremely entertaining piece of video, did it have an impact beyond that?
Well, I was going to point out the Yes We Can video, which was produced in the U.S. by professionals, actually, but was unrelated to the campaign, which got millions and millions of views and crystallized in many people's opinion the whole energy of the Barack Obama campaign. But I think the larger point, which I think will sum up for everybody, where I think we all come down on this, which is that whether it's video or whether it's blogs or whether it's just an email making an endorsement, people are engaged, and if the content is compelling and if it speaks to them, and particularly if it's about issues, then they'll forward it to their friends, and it will help build consensus. And yes, we tend to focus on the ones that get the good music, or the ones that get the most views, but there are literally thousands and thousands, if not tens of thousands, of other videos that you haven't seen, or millions of blog posts or comments that are changing the way people form their political opinions. And you think 2008 is interesting? Wait to 2012, when this technology is even further along. We're really going to see some dramatic changes in our political system.
Warren?
I agree with what Katie was saying. I mean, there's a lot of bloggers, a lot of vloggers, a lot of these people who are doing vloggers, people who do video blogs. That's all. They're not writing, they're actually making films. It's not going to supplant the mainstream media. It's not going to transform the world. It's, as Katie was saying, it is part of it, right? It's not all of it, it's part of it. And there's room for everybody.
You think it moves votes, though?
Guys like me are working overtime on making it move votes, because it's cheap to produce these ads as opposed to TV ads.
20 seconds for Steve, 20 for Andrew.
Well, if I could just respond to Katie for a second here.
20 seconds.
The evolution of media, I mean, mainstream is going to become citizen, voter-generated content. So,
I just can't see that happening, but whatever.
Well, Katie, you're a voter too, but you're also a stakeholder in the medium that is professional.
You guys
and I'm
argue
also
about
a blogger.
You guys argue about this later. Andrew gets the last 20.
I was just going to simply add that, I agree that there's going to be room for both, but I do believe that technology is going to change the world. I mean, we have horses today, but we also have locomotives and jet engines and jets, and they do happen to live on the same planet or operate on the same planet. But our world has fundamentally changed, and I think it's important not to be counting horses, but to be counting locomotives.
I'm counting seconds, and I've just run out of them all. Andrew Richave, tech president, formerly with Howard Dean's campaign, and Katie O'Malley from Maclean's Magazine. Thanks to both of you for joining us from New York and Ottawa, respectively, and to our good friends Warren Kinsella, Greg Elmer, and Stephen Taylor here in the studio. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
For more information on tonight's guests and a quiz to find out what kind of political web user you are, go to our website, tvo.org. Tonight's debate was produced by Mike Miner, and you can follow all the online developments in both the Canadian and American elections on Mike's blog. It's called The Fifth Column. I also urge you to check out my blog to learn more about why Dalton McGuinty, the Ontario Liberal leader, refused today to endorse Stéphane Dion, Canada's Liberal leader. And that is the agenda for Monday, September 8th, 2008. Over the next 3 nights, we'll be taking a closer look at the continuing fallout of September 11th, 2001. Tomorrow night, why the physical evidence of the 9/11 attacks continues to sow doubt among some about the official story's veracity. On Wednesday night, was 9/11 really all that important to geopolitical affairs? And on Thursday, how 9/11 affected the ways we remember, mourn, and move on. Remember, this and every other agenda program is always available online for your convenience and enjoyment. Go to tvo.org, you'll find it there. I'm Steve Paikin. Thanks for watching TVO, for joining us online at tvo.org, and we'll see you again tomorrow.